So, Rainbow Connection by Kermit the Frog from the Muppet movie. A lot of it has some really easy chords and things. And then there's a few chords that are a little more complicated, a little bit weird. The most difficult thing about the whole song, though, is for the last verse and chorus, it modulates up. So what that means is it's in a certain key, and then that key, it moves to a different key. So it moves up 1 fret's worth. So then what ends up happening, like a verse is A, F sharp minor, B minor, and E. Pretty simple. But then what happens when everything moves up 1 fret, now suddenly that A becomes an A sharp or B flat. I think in the music that I'm looking at they call it a B flat. They do. Okay. And then the F sharp minor now becomes a G minor. The B minor becomes a C minor, and the E becomes an F. So you could play it down here, we'll get to it, but I prefer playing it up higher just because of the way that the chords go, and it keeps everything sort of flowing, I think, in the right direction. But we'll take a look at it when we get there. Okay, but other than that, like I said, it's mostly pretty simple. There's a couple of kind of weird chords. And then the modulation, of course, now makes all the chords, or most of the chords, a little unusual. Not your standard C, G, F kind of chords. So anyway, the intro is A to D in this kind of a pause, and then okay, so that's sort of the rhythm of the chords, A to D. Okay, but it's played mostly, I think, maybe completely on banjo. No, there's some synthesizer, there's some string sections. I think in '78, I think they actually were using string sections, not a keyboard synthesizer. But it's mostly banjo, and a standard banjo, the standard is 5 strings. So, and it's tuned differently from a ukulele. So we have to sort of move some of the notes a little bit to kind of make it work on a ukulele and still sound correct. Still get the feel and the vibe of the song correct. So the intro, I would play I think I messed up the second one. But yeah. So I'm playing and then in the pause. Okay, so hopefully you catch that. So the A, and then the D, and I'm not playing the G string at all. Excuse me. So that's why I'm playing the A just with the one finger, and then the D with just two, because I'm not worried about that string. No problem. So that's the intro, okay? And then the verse is really simple. It's A, blah, E, sorry. I was thinking the modulation up. So A, and then the F sharp minor, all I'm doing is, and we've done this before, the A, and then you add your finger to the second fret of the E string, and it becomes the F sharp minor. Then the B minor, 4, 2, 2, 2, and then the E, 4, 4, 4, 7. So the whole verse is simple. I'll play it. Pretty simple. And a couple times I missed a strum and things like that. Again, it's banjo, and a lot of the banjo is finger picking stuff. And if we're just strumming, we have to sort of, I don't know, do the best we can. So just strum sort of how you think the song sounds. That's all that I was doing. And I missed a couple because I'm also trying to hold the ukulele up and all of that. So that's the verse. Pretty simple. Now we have the little pre-chorus section. And it's a lovely D major 7 chord. And I'm simply playing that 2, 2, 2, and 4 with my pinky. And it's 4 measures long. The song is in 3/4. So, you know, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4 for that line there. Then the next chord is a G sharp minor 7. I think that's a new chord. So starting on the G, it is 1st fret, 3rd fret, 2nd fret, and 2nd fret. So 1st, 3rd, 2nd, 2nd, and then play it all together. So that's a little bit of a tricky chord, and to go from the D major 7 to the G sharp minor 7, there, without a pause, the way that I think you should try to do it is, if you play the D major 7 like this. Okay, now this first finger moves down. This pinky moves over. To the C string. And then these 2 fingers press down on the 2nd fret of the top 2 strings. The E and the A. Okay, so like that. Okay, and then doot, doot, doot. Okay, so try to do a close-up. So hopefully that kind of makes sense. I just messed up. Okay, so hopefully that makes it a little bit easier. Just do the best you can. The biggest thing with playing any music, I think, is obviously you want to play it correctly, but you want to be able to play music. Okay, so even if you have to go, 1, 2, moving on to the next part. So what I did was I played 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3. And during that 2, 3 of that last measure, it gives me those 2 beats to move to the next chord. Okay, so if I play it, you'll hear that it really doesn't sound incredibly terrible. As long as you keep the rhythm going, it sounds, I think, totally fine. And on to the next part. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense. Okay, and on to the chorus. Okay, the chorus. So it starts off B minor, E, C sharp minor 7, which is, I think, a new chord also. 1, 1, 0, 2. So you could use your third finger. I use my pinky. So 1, 1, 0, 2. Then an F sharp 7, which is 3, 4, 2, 4. Another new chord. So, and then so switching between those 2 chords, I do a lot of stuff when I'm playing that I don't even think about. I just do it from just years of practice and experience of playing. So, like I said a couple minutes ago, the C sharp minor 7, I use my pinky there. Okay, now to go to the F sharp 7, if I slide my pinky up 2 frets, it helps give me an anchor for the other strings, for the other fingers on the other strings. Okay, so I play that, I slide up, and so if I have an anchor, the way that works, and I like to try to use that technique, is, okay, if you close your eyes and don't stretch your hands out all the way, because that's giving you an anchor. I'll explain that in a second. Okay, and don't do right up close, because again, that's kind of giving you an anchor. Okay, just put your arms somewhere a little bit halfway away from your body. Okay, and now try to touch your fingers. Okay, it's really hard to do. There we go. Okay, because your hands are just sort of floating in front of you. Okay, now if you go like this, like I said, you have an anchor. It's your shoulder. Your arm is straight and rigid. Your shoulder, you know exactly where your shoulders are in relation to, you know, your head, your brain. So if you know where your shoulders are, your arms are straight and rigid, in your hand at the end with the finger, you now know where your fingers are. It makes it a lot easier because they're pretty much lined up. You just have to get the height correct. Okay? If you're in close, same thing, except now your forearm is against your body, so it actually makes it even way easier because you don't even have to worry so much about the height because you can feel the height of your arms against your body. Here, your arms could shift a little bit. Okay, so having an anchor makes it really easy to touch your fingers together. Okay, so just out in space, it's a little more difficult. So if I have this anchor, I'll get up here. Okay, I slide my finger up to the 4th fret. This finger goes to the 4th fret here. This finger goes to the 2nd fret here, and this finger goes to the 3rd fret there. And I have the F sharp 7 chord, which again 3, 4, 2, 4. Okay, so that is the first line of the chorus. So B minor, E, C sharp minor 7, F sharp 7. Then the second line, B minor, E, and then the little intro again, twice. And this time it doesn't have the pause, it's more in time. I think if my recollection, I think it slows ever so slightly, just sort of lags a little bit, but it's pretty much in time. So then the next verse, okay, and I like the E up there. I don't know if I mentioned it already, because the chords kind of keep moving up, up, up. That note raises the pitch up. Then obviously I've moved up the neck, so the notes go up, and then the E, the notes go up. I think doing, and then the E here, it doesn't sound as up. That I think sounds nicer. So anyway, that's the verse. Then we have the little bit leading into the chorus. And all that jazz. G sharp minor 7. Then the chorus. The C sharp minor 7. The F sharp 7. The B minor. E. A. And then there's a little bit after the chorus that moves us to the new key. So let's take a look at that. Okay, so after the chorus, okay, then we have really simply E, A, D, A, E, and this is the, we know that it's probably magic, is where it now goes up to the new key. So E to F. Okay, and I don't want to do that F because, like I said a couple minutes ago, in this case I also want the chords to sound like they're going up because we are going up in pitch for the key instead of although the Fs are both the same chord, just in the sense that an F chord is an F chord. That's a much lower pitched one. It doesn't have the impact of where it's going up. It sounds like it's going down. Okay, so now we have the final verse that's in the new key. Okay, and like I said, everything's a fret higher. So an easy way to sort of think of this is we have the A, then we had the F sharp minor, the B minor, and the E. Okay, if we, instead of playing the A with these two fingers, if I play them with these two, I can slide up a fret and use this finger as this plastic piece now on the first fret. So then your pinky, just like you did with the A to the F sharp minor, B flat to G minor, although you could play a G minor the way where it's the 0, 2, 3, 1. I kind of like the, because it keeps a lot of the notes exactly the same from the B flat. Then the C minor, instead of the B minor being 4, 2, 2, 2, it's now 5, 3, 3, 3. And then the F, we could go there, but again, it sounds a little bit like a letdown. It drops. So if we play the F up there, 5, 5, 5, 8, it sounds proper to me. So then we have, for the verse, excuse me. Okay, then the little bit leading into the chorus, where it was the D major 7. Okay, it's now a fret higher, so that's simple. Instead of the chord that we had, a fret higher. An E flat major 7 or a D sharp major 7, same chord. Okay, then the D minor. In this case, I would go down because in the song it does sound like it goes down. Previously we had done that, and then we went down to the, what was it, G sharp minor 7. So it went down anyway. So okay, and of course the D minor being 2, 2, 1, 0. Then the final chorus, we have the C minor, so C minor, F, D minor, G. And for the final chorus, I think those just regular open chords sound totally fine. So with the B flat, F, G minor, B flat. Okay, so I just listened to the very ending of the song again, and although I was right, I just wanted to clarify the last little bit. The C minor, F is the lovers, the dreamers, and me. And then he does like the little la da 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 la. the la-da-da-da-das and whatever, and he just sort of strums those last couple of chords. A little bit kind of free time, not strictly in time. It sort of slows a little bit and gets a little bit loose with the timing, but that's all that is at the end, so pretty simple.